That I did not see coming. I was like, okay, is it going to be Orianna for the matchup, or is it going to be Victor for damage later and consistency because you're playing Illusion? But this is kind of the middle ground of the two.
Showmaker not wanting to show his face to this level 6 Cassiopeia too much, as you saw, was turning away quite a few times. And that is going to be that first dragon taken down here by Lucid.
Yeah, it's a...
here, but doesn't want to overly commit. The Noxious Blast does go wide that time. Is aiming in barrel. A little bit behind enemy lines now. Headbutt Pulp does come on through.
What?
Barrel, I don't know about that hook. Croco's going to move over. Aiming's going to have to flash if he wants to get out. But there's the Sonic Wave coming over, and Lucid finds his way out with a safeguard. Barrel will be there. Never mind. He's just going to get into this grub pit, and then... Question. He'll die. As Croco comes on over and just eats the Big Daddy. Down he goes. In fact, Closer gets that kill. A big deal here for the mid lane matchup, and they can actually use this.
This is late on the rotation here, but because they have to clear this wave, you might just have enough time. It's Barrel on Nautilus with level 6. Diving this is tough.
Well, there's another hook to come in. The Pulverize is going to connect. There's aiming. Does go down as now Croco with the Subjugate running. Lucid is going to come on over, but now Croco just kind of doesn't have anywhere to go, and he is just dead. There are 2 kills coming on through as Polo was tanking the turret for a little bit longer than he really wanted to.
Feel like they're like, oh, okay, well, he's already...
Well, we're flashing forward. Morgan! The Lord just solo kills Shiu!
Okay, well, that's a big win. That's a big win. Dplus do get the dragon on the other side. Will be 2 Drake lead for them for another Mountain Soul.
Skirmishes. Lucid standing on a ward here. They knew exactly what was going on, but the hook is still going to connect. There is the exhaust. Knockup is good from the Pulverize, but Polo is still likely to just be dead as the Realm Warp comes on in. The back scratcher down there for hype as the culling doesn't really do too much. Petrifying Gaze only onto 1. There's now Croco staying alive for so long. God, Trundle is so broken, man. And Equalizer, Showmaker takes that walk, but decides he needs to flash out of it, and you can understand why. As the Bros, they do manage to fight back. That is still DK, taking down quite a few. Croco's still up, though. That is going to mean that the Rift Herald should go over to the Bro.
It's a big trade up for Bro, and it's Croco secures that kill there. Triforce online, doing so much damage, and Showmaker's just unable to really get into the fight. Zoned away.
Mountain Drake up and available. Everyone is alive here, unless... Oh,
a pillar!
God, that pillar is so good. Showmaker well and truly dead once again, and that should mean that the dragon will go over to the Bros. And Lucid, he was ready to start that off, but unfortunately just caught napping.
Can't put him in the doghouse on his birthday game day.
Oh, it's so unfair.
And he is dead. That turret is going to fall, and that's going to be feats of strength, or at least the turret here for Bro. They need one more kill, as you're alluding to, or one more objective, but it's the feat they get from it. First brick, and they're looking for more here.
Barrel, can you do enough damage to this? The answer is no, and maybe you're going to die for it. As aiming, we need you to come back. Barrel's going to get knocked up, and they're just going to give him up for the ghost. Down goes the Nautilus.
Lived up to that game 1 success as this Dplus super broken up, and a lot of these skirmishes, and Bro are just not hesitating.
Yeah, well, there's a Q missing, and that's going to mean that this dragon does go over to the Bros. They're on the board now, as that's just bullet time. Sometimes you just want to press your R button, ladies and gentlemen. That is exactly how aiming was feeling. Pretty happy in a side lane as a teleport in from Polo as another fantastic pillar comes down. That gets the bullet time out as Barrel has to flash. He doesn't find the turret. Polo gets underneath it as well, and he's got the Unbreakable Will. It's a double for hype, and that should mean even more here for the Bros as the Otacon could be on the menu.
The Rise group.
Yeah, and I don't know whether it's necessarily Bro that we need to be focusing on, because DK, we saw what they were capable of in Game 1. We have not seen that since. Game 2 was a lot of things, and this game is also just uncoordination. It hurts a little bit less.
Yeah, but it's not great at prying open like metal or doors, maybe, but it's good at prying open Game 3s.
Well, Croco going to look for an angle here as another calling and just going to get soaked here by Barrel. He gets an ult out, he interrupts it, but he's dead. And so Polo ghosting around here. Showmaker, what are we doing? Why are we here? He is going to try and get out, but it is another pillar from Croco. Oh man, player of the match, I think I know where it's going according to me. Might be recency bias, but my God, this Trundle has been so good. As public execution is going to miss, but we'll see whether Morgan is still going to die. Make it rain, comes on down, and oh my God, the Lord is going to turn it as they take down Shiu. Aiming now in trouble, Lucid goes in desperately, trying to find the angle, but Morgan doesn't get hit by those. Aiming is flashing in, and they are tilted off the planet. DK are looking to get crushed in this Game 3.
That's the kind of tilted skirmish fight that you don't expect to see from a team that has had so much time together, a team that's got veterans like Showmaker aiming a barrel on it, and yet they get punished by pillars again, Atlas.
Like it or not.
And you know what? I hate to say it this early in the round, Atlas, but I did say at the beginning of the day, I think Dplus deserve trust. With all the reports about the scrims, this is such a great moment here from Morgan. And they're more proactive than Dplus, and Dplus is proactive at the wrong moments, Atlas.
Yeah, it's not quite working. At this point in time here for DK, Shio is at least going to be able to get a turret here towards the bottom side, but it's 7,000 gold. The lead has just ballooned out of control. Remember, Arakan was picked up earlier on as well. They've got 2 Mountain Drakes on their backs now. Hey, there we go, nailed it. Okay, Lucid is going to taxi out using his own red buff, as this time Showmaker is not going to get completely destroyed by the pillar. As aiming with a make it rain, trying to split this fight up, as Hype could be in trouble. He's kicked back, down goes Lucid though, and Hype's just out of range of the bullet time. He stays alive, and the depth charge isn't even enough to kill him. It's Beryl's turn just to dive face forward. He does get his target. It was worth it.
Yeah, well, with that 3rd kill, he picks up a Knight's Vow. Atlas, I guess that's what he's going to be looking at here in his collection as the Nexus falls. 4 dead on Dplus. Bro, 17 kills to 5. Relatively low death timer here on this Ambessa. Side of aiming, just can't do anything. Bro, take the inhibitor, take the Baron. They're looking for, with this Baron, either the win as they break open the base further, or at worst case scenario.
In game 1, if you had left me at the end of game 1 and said, oh, what's going to happen in this series? I'm like, oh, 2-0, and then we'll move on to the next one. Was definitely not the case. So the tenacity of the bros. What I'm saying is the bro tax did come in.
So what you're saying is the unprecedented Dplus dismantling in game 1 into tragic loss in game 3 and getting totally blasted in game 3 is still a thing, Atlas? Is that still a thing?
It is.
That's what Chronicler's already tweeting about, I'm sure.
Well, Hype is now going to get tagged by a Sonic Wave, but Polo is just getting Lucid out of here. Showmaker trying to flash away, but Croco is just going to kill him. Now Polo finding the backline perfectly as the equalizer goes down just to assassinate the Misfortune. Showmaker goes down as a bit of an afterthought here, and the bros will conquer DK here in the first match. Shiu, he's going to dash around a little bit. His public execution was swift and merciless. And the bros, yeah, they took a little bit of a timeout in the first game, but they absolutely came back with a vengeance in the next 2 and will lay claim to the first series of round 3.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.